Good morning. I am a recovering certified financial planner. For over 30 years, I managed $110 million of assets and was able to sell my practice at the height of the recession for the highest valuation at the time. How did I do this? I did it through preparation. Preparation was the key. I gathered data, and then I looked for opportunities. And then I realized that I was going to have to take risk. In the morning, the sun heats the earth up. And as the earth heats up, what happens? The hot air rises. And when the hot air rises around midday, it's the thermals. And the thermals allow the vultures to go up. And the vultures are now assessing the landscape, just as you are doing. You're assessing the landscape, what paw prints are out there. You're gathering data, making sure that you want to make the best decision for that day. And here we have the vultures circling. And I'm noticing the vultures circling over Long Pool, which is just off of the Zambezi River. As we walk up through the foliage, and we're walking quietly as we possibly can, in single file, right behind us comes charging a female, and she's charging, and her body language is like, watch out. Her ears are pinned back, her tail is swirling, and she comes and she's charging right towards us. Humphrey chambers his gun, he turns, looks right at her. I pick up my camera and get a photo. Could be the last one, right? She stops 10 feet from us, just a bit more than, she was not, we were not comfortable, believe me. We're looking at her, ears still pinned back. She's still upset. Now, the problem, her agitation has caused a subliminal disturbance between everyone in the pride. And we look at the channel besides the hippo, and there's 4 cubs and one of the males. So that female had charged us to protect her cubs. We now look around, and as we look, we see other lions popping their heads up. And it's, oh my gosh. And now where are we? We are boxed in. We had not anticipated this. Our strategy was flawed. We did not realize that all 14 lions, or most of them, including their cubs, which you may have seen in the photo, was young. This was probably their very first meal, and one reason why everyone was there, they're not happy. And the forest was so thick, we had not seen all of them. So now I'm looking at Humphrey. As you can see, I took a couple more photos because my gun is the photo camera. Humphrey still had his chambered, and he's looking around, and he's motioning to me, and we're counting them as they pop their heads up. And we're talking with our fingers about how we're going to get out of this area that now we're boxed in on. So Humphrey looks at me, and we have to wait till everyone calms down. And so we waited till the female on our left. Her ears, as you see, her ears are now up. Now she's on alert. The female behind us, still there. The other lions still looking at us. They're probably wondering what we're going to do. There's an avenue between the hippo and the 2 male lions feeding there and the unhappy lioness behind us. So Humphrey and I, looking at each other, decide we're going to walk backwards, looking at the lions, because we cannot turn our backs. If we turn our backs, we become prey. What can we apply as far as decision-making points here? What can you consider going forward? Well, one is, every day in Africa, we look at at tracking, use an even scat. What scat do you look at to assess what your day is going to be like? You know? The most important decision you make may be from the scat right in front of you. Decision making is a constant process. Data is not static. You continue to gather data as you go through everyday life, as you go through negotiations. And lastly, beware of boxing yourself in. Always plan on having an exit strategy.